Today I'm riding the 2022 Ducati Monster SP, and my first stop is to KUSI TV with Dave Stahl and Casey McKinnon. This coloring on this bike is, in my opinion, the sexiest Ducati's ever done. Right. This black with this red and this red seat, I'm telling you, when they rolled this thing off of the trailer for me to start riding this, I fell in love with the look of this bike.
What do they go for?
Okay, so this is probably anywhere from $15,000 on up. I think for a bike of this caliber, a product like Ducati, it's very reasonable. You know what you're getting. You're getting a performance motorcycle. You are getting great gas mileage. It's a 3.7 gallon tank. I don't think this is much further than about 150, 200 miles on a trip because you're leaning forward.
And you don't want to go that far without getting off and stretching.
Yeah, but
Can we hear what it sounds like?
But you want to hear it run?
Start it up.
All right, so it is in neutral. The clutch is in, and
Not bad.
Not bad. It's awesome.
Well, sometimes you get those loud.
Well, see, I've been bringing some very loud vehicles to her lately, and her ears are still trying to.
You got to remember, we're dudes. We love that.
Yeah, I know.
And Dewey, and I love the specs on this bike as well. 937 cc's. It's got 111 horsepower, 69 foot-pounds of torque, a 6-speed transmission, chain-driven. My favorite feature on this bike is that it has Ducati quick shift. So you do not need to use the clutch if you don't want to. You just shift up or down, and I tell you, it makes a huge difference in the speed in which you do that. It's got 414 pounds wet weight, okay? So that means with all of your fluids, that's what it weighs. It's a nice and light bike. 3.7 gallon tank, as I mentioned to KUSI. It has a steering dampener up front near the handlebars, and what that means is when you hit the bumps and you feel like your hands are going to shake from hitting one of those bumps, it really helps you to keep control of that bike. It is a massive feature on this bike that I love that Ducati has added. Also, a shifter not too close to the foot pegs. It's easy for me to get my foot underneath that shifter without having to move the heel too much. That's a massive, because a lot of these bikes, that's an issue for me. Now, it is a bit tall for me in complete transparency, but it's light enough that I can handle it at a stoplight or a stop sign. Now, here's the thing. The seat height comes at 32.3 inches. You can get a high seat accessory if you have longer legs, or a low seat accessory for someone like me with a low suspension kit, and that would come in at 30.5 inches. So you have options on this bike. So check it out. I think dollar value, I think it's a great bike, but not for distance in my opinion. Now, if you're young, you're in great shape, you're used to that leaning forward, maybe a couple hundred miles in a day. For me, about 100 miles and I'm ready to get off. But it's a fun bike and I do recommend. All right, this is your 4.3 full-color TFT display on this Ducati. From left to right, we'll go clockwise, just the basics. You've got your air temperature, 81 degrees, pretty obvious. Your total miles you've ridden, you can have tripometers as well if you choose. Now you have different ride modes, road, rain, sport, and different levels within those. You also have Ducati Power Launch. Do you want to take off like a dragster? Do you want to just take it easy? There's different levels with that. You have the time. You also have your engine temperature, 187 degrees Fahrenheit. Ducati wheelie control, several settings within that. You also have ABS control. Your Ducati traction control, and then Ducati quick shift, which is my favorite feature on this bike, one of them. It is absolutely amazing. You don't need the clutch to shift, and it makes it so much quicker. It is so easy. I didn't trust it at first, but I started using it, and you know what? I love it. So that's just a little bit about the 2023 Ducati Monster SP. I enjoyed riding it. If you try it out, I hope you do as well. Ride safely, and I will see you on the next one.